Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jack, or Jackoala, and today we are building a modern home. A very, very modern home. Sort of a style I've not really done before. Focusing a lot on windows and monochrome style on the outside. You'll see what I mean. It's just a bit different today. I thought I challenged myself, and this house is. I tweeted a little while ago, so the character Margo, she is actually, you can see on the lot already, so you've had a little snapshot of the inside of this house. So I'm excited to see if you guys actually like the house. I put a lot of effort into this house. Sometimes I use reference images, and this time I didn't use a single reference image. I just made it up on my own, went along, tried to get it how I wanted it. It is very modern, very stylish. So you can see at the beginning I started off with a big box, and I thought let's go with a box, and then quickly realised no, it can't be a box, it's got to be two boxes, so it ended up being two boxes. And then I played around with the roof a lot, because most modern houses I do, they tend to have a flat roof, and I don't think it really worked for this one. I was like, oh, it just kind of looks a bit boring, it looks a bit plain. So I do actually change that roof in a minute. Like once I've done this roof and I've done the little panels on the side of it to make it give that extra depth to it, I'm like, that's where I want to go with this. That is where I'm going with this. That's how I'm going to do this. So as you can see, I do struggle a little bit because I turn the grid off a lot. I don't really know why. I just find it easier to build without a grid. I think it looks a bit nicer when I build without a grid. And as you can see, I put a massive skylight on the top. I knock through the floor in the middle, so it's like a whole entire 2-story floor. The bed's up on a loft level. It's very open plan. I think the only room I actually put in is a bathroom. And I always do this, I said this in a previous video, I always use the pillars on the outside of buildings, because I think it adds that extra dimension, the extra depth to it, and just makes it, gets rid of the plainness, I think, because sometimes things can look too plain. It also allows you to make nice, really cool feature walls, I find, which I think is really interesting and can really gives the building character. And that's what I always find you want to do. You want to give the building character. You never want to just build what everyone else is building, or if you are building what everyone else is building, give it your own spin, give it your own take, add a little extra something on. You can never go too much for building, I don't think. And don't always just follow the rules, just do what you like, do what you think is going to look cool and what works. I mean, if there are any builds you want me to look at for you, revamp, I send them my way and I'll do a video. And I would love to do that. So as you can see here, I'm playing around the interior. I don't know why this does it, but I don't know if any of you guys have this problem as well. Like when you build a room, it automatically pops the flooring up if you've made it a platform. And it's so annoying. Like it is so annoying. It actually winds me up a little bit. I just can't get around it, and I fiddle and play with it so much. It's just ridiculous. It's just but yeah, as you can see, I finally think I've got the layout down. So this is the layout I think I stick with for the rest of the video. The bedroom goes up on top of that loft bit. You've got the living room in the middle, the kitchen down there, and as you can see, I've got the shape and I've got how I want it to look, and I just love the eco-living style wallpapers. And the windows, like that's all I use now, because it just makes it so easy. Everything looks so nice and so clean, especially for a modern house. And I've kind of added on these iron walls to kind of give you that sense that this used to be a shipping container, but we have upscaled these shipping containers. We have made them modern, we've made them brand new. We haven't gone the typical way of actually just putting a window on one. We've made it a proper house, made it look like a house, not like a little sort of like a little caravan, if that makes sense. And as you see here, I'm just trying to work out how to change the walls on the side platforms, because I think this is one of the second or third times I've actually played around with them. Like it's all still very brand new to me. I think I do this and then I realise, oh wait, I can do something else, and then yes, see, I realised, oh there you go, change colour, and I changed the colour to just a darker colour, and for me that just works for me. And then nice flooring I've got on the outside, just to it matches the house, everything matches, and I'm still playing around. I've got plants inside of the house, just to fill up that empty wall. And I think I move on to the interior now. So I spent a lot of time actually building the outside of this house, designing it how I wanted it to be, creating this really fun space, very modern space. I love the industrial kitchen stuff. I tend to use that more than I do others. And everything I change, I always try and make everything black and white. And then, yeah, this is just going to be me building the kitchen. It was really hard finding a place for the kitchen in this house. It just didn't fit anywhere, so I thought, oh, I'm just gonna have it by the front door. So I tried to make it by the front door. Like, you can't have a dining table in this house, it didn't really fit in. I mean, I could have it instead of the island, but I don't know about anyone else, but I tend to find this in this day and age, no one actually uses their dining room table anymore. Like, I know I don't. I always either sit on the sofa or at my desk. I'm never ever at the dining table unless we have a big family meal. That's the only time I ever actually use a dining table. I don't think I've used a dining table properly for like a good year. Do you know what I mean? Like Christmas this year, we couldn't really do it. But yeah, it's always I always find having these open plan houses, the 2 floors, you can always use these really cool lights, like the really big hanging lights, and fills up that empty space, makes it feel a little bit just more modern. It's all about making it more modern. So obviously here I'm just trying to make the entryway look a bit more interesting. So I'm using these black slats to really make it up. I thought I could use my shells, and I was like, they're not quite big enough, and I don't want to add another layer on, so it's going to stick out really far. But you can hide bits of them with bits of furniture. So this is what I've done here. So I've used this nice side table by the door. You've got a doormat and you've got the seating area, so you can pop your shoes on. You can sit down straight away after you've had a long walk, and I popped mirrors behind this because I thought, oh, that's quite interesting. Adds an extra bit of depth, makes the room feel bigger. Mirrors always make a room feel bigger, mainly in real life, because if you've got a small place, you pop a mirror up, it almost looks like you've got a bigger room than you do, but you don't. It's an illusion, but it works incredibly well. And then we move on to the living room. I'm doing something different than I normally do. I don't ever use the kitchen counters or kitchen cupboards for the actual what do you call it? The TV base TV stand. And I've seen a lot of people do it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I always forget. I always forget. But I'm just trying to fill up just gaps with interesting modern architecture. But also quite eco if I can. I pop a few plants here and there. Really try, and you can see I do play. This is a lot that I keep just playing around with. It was very experimental for me. I don't really do much stuff like this. I do build modern homes, but not this wacky. I just almost do an upscaled old home into a modern home. Never really follow any rules. They don't always work out for me, but I do try. And then I think over here I'm going to build a little laundry nook. I'll build a little laundry nook over here. Which I know is a bit strange to have on the actually have in the house, just in the middle of a room, essentially. It's just off the living room. But the way I see it is because on here there's actually a ceiling. And it's actually pushed away and it's next to the bathroom. This is kind of the cleaning area, the cozy area. You don't have to see it, if you know what I mean. Even if you're watching TV or if you're in the kitchen, you're not going to see it, you're not going to know it's there. I didn't want to put it in a separate room because there was a window on that wall, and I was like, that adds a nice sort of light coming through into the living room as well. And so a lot of this is just playing around. Like I love these mirrors as well in the bathroom. Like these mirrors are, I think they're my favourite mirror in the game. They just work so well. You can put them behind tables, behind desks, like put them behind the bath and the sink, just to really make it feel interesting. I'm putting a little bit of clutter on the floor, like some candles, some plants. You know, it just make it feel really nice and tranquil, nice and calm, nice and peaceful. And then obviously up here's the bedroom. So I was going to originally have it diagonally, and I was like, well, now I can't fit anything up here. So instead I just pop some side tables. You've got a desk, and I think I put some plants up here. So it's just a nice workplace. Like the idea of this is Margo's home. Margo's a fashion blogger essentially. So everything's got to kind of fit in with her aesthetic. So she loves the black and white. She loves the monochrome. She loves. I'm gonna call it 2016 Coachella fashion. That's her vibe in this. So that's what we're going with. And then back to the living room. He's just adding the extra details. The only thing with roofs that annoy me on this game is that you can't get rid of that black line, so you can see on the second floor up, I've got that black line. It just sticks into the wall, and it's just annoying. It's just annoying. It's just there, and you can't get rid of it. But you know, it's what it is. You don't notice it all the time. It is on a bit of a wall you don't really play with. And now I'm adding in all the wallpaper and the flooring, so I'm trying to keep it monochrome again. Like I love it. It just works for me. It's just very pleasing on the eye. It's very easy to look at, and then you got the pops of colour here and there, which really bring it out. I had a lot of issues with this. It kept putting the ceiling on, and I just couldn't get rid of it. And I finally got there in the end. Thank goodness, because I was getting very frustrated by that point. Like I kept accidentally deleting rooms. I kept accidentally, like you saw there, I deleted the whole entire building, and I was like, ugh. But we get there. We do get there in the end, thank goodness. And then I can leave it. So I think I'm now finally done with the inside, and now I need to jazz up the outside a little bit. So it's just a little bit different. Like I just use these big potted plants. You got a nice mailbox, and you got the bin, just to make it look a bit nicer. You like this grass? I think it's from the Island Living Pack, and I love it. You can fill up so many gaps with it, and it's such a thick, lush grass. It's just very nice, very easy to look at. And then some rocks outside. Rocks I find really work well in a modern environment. And now I'm just searching for like other little bits I can just pop on. So you got the lights outside, brighten up the outside. Oh, I haven't done the floor yet, so we're back inside because I forgot to do the floor. And it's just sticking with the black and white, the monochrome, nice modern wooden style. You got the tiles, and it really ties it all together, I think. I mean, and then I realised, I have a real weird gap on this wall, so I think I put a shelf up. I think, yes, that's from Generations, I think. Generations, but I never use it because it's just such a strange shape. I've only ever used it in like kids' rooms, but now I realise I can have it in black and white. I'm like, bam, it's going in this modern house. And then I put a fan on the light because I think that's quite a nice little touch. I mean, it's not practical. Obviously, it's going to break. And yeah, but here are some screenshots. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video today. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and please hit that notification button. And stick around because I'm going to be posting a lot more. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate everything, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.